So the task for this week was to broaden, so to broaden your soul, broaden your horizons. You might not anticipate some items, may not think about some things. So starting from next week, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to your specialism. So from broadening to your specialism. But for now, you might have considered different opportunities, and I would like you each to speak a little bit about what you have discovered, what you are considering now, what is in your mind. Maybe you have some dilemmas like Olga has, or you would like to ask us some questions for now, everything that is in your mind and you just can't sleep on it. And so please share. Who would like to be the first? Who would like to take the floor?
Maybe I can.
Ilona. So okay, so everyone please listen attentively to Ilona and maybe help you with some questions. Ask her some questions or maybe suggestions. We would sort of discuss Ilona's situation. Right, go.
As for me, you made me to think about living in China or Korea. Our teachers made me to think it over, and it was a shock for me because I didn't even think about it, because they are our neighbors and we've been to China and Korea many times, and as for me, I was all the time hungry there, and I even can't imagine how can I work and live there. But the salaries are really high. So I learned information about living abroad, working abroad, compare some countries, and on the first place was some countries in Europe. I don't remember exactly, but Austria and so on, Switzerland and so on. It's so far. So I say I need to think it over. As for me, I was going just to change my offline work to online. It was the second step for me in my career. But you made me think about traveling abroad and living abroad. So it was new. It was something new in my head. And so and now I understood that I need to pass some more exams, because before this time I even didn't think about any exams. I just studied with tutors every week, and it was enough traveling all over the world, speaking with some natives. But now I see that I think I will pass some exams.
By saying some, what do you mean?
Maybe the first TKT, as I can, if I pronounce it clearly, TKT, yes. Because I'm interested in mythology, new methods, and new ways of studying and teaching. I think it will be my next step, maybe.
Okay, so good. And so analyzing requirements and analyzing job offers. So have you found any specialism for yourself?
Oh, yes, not one, but several. But I don't know. You really puzzled me with working in different countries and working abroad, because my specialism was connected with this area, with Russia, with exams which I knew, and students,
right?
With Russian people. I had no experience and I hadn't even ever studied and worked with foreigners, only with native speakers as a student or maybe co-workers. So it was absolutely new things.
What you're saying, you've been teaching monolingual classes, right? So
yes,
only in Russian, right? With Russian.
Yes.
But now you're considering. So do you think that there is a difference in teaching someone who doesn't know Russian?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Maybe especially for the first time. I think it will be absolutely because my way of teaching is connected with Russian language. And I try them to make everything very clear. I not just speak everywhere all the time, not speak, I discuss everything and make them know and understand everything. Sometimes in Russian with the help of Russian language.
So really nice. Thank you for being open, sharing. Yeah, so we just sort of understand and know your situation. From my personal experience, so the first student whom I taught, like I mean, not Russian student, that was a group of Japanese students, elementary level. Can you imagine? Japanese elementary.
Yes.
Adults. And that was at British Council. And I was observed. Yeah, I was shocked. Because the amazing ladies, she's like Japanese, you know, they are very, very friendly. So they will never say you something like rude, but I feel that she was uncomfortable, and me too. She was constantly like translating it, and so we have different alphabets and different systems, and her pronunciation was she simply articulation. She simply can't pronounce and say some the sounds, or you may also consider some sounds for some nationalities. They are sort of hard. Yeah. Okay, this is another area. And so Ilona made a step into it. Yeah. And she is a little bit, as she said, puzzled. All right, that's for now. Thank you. We'll leave you here. Maybe you girls and boys have some questions. Maybe you would like to ask Ilona something. Olga, you were listening very attentively to Ilona.
Me?
Yeah.
I tried to listen to everybody attentively because it's all this information is new for me. It's absolutely new. And just a week ago, I didn't know about any exams, any. I'm self-learning, and I'm learning English by myself. Only I don't have any graduating any university, any degree, and just learning by myself. And it is all new for me. And now I see how wide this ways. Yes, and I made a decision. I need to have an education. I need to have it. I need to pass an exam. I need to prove my confidence and that I can be a teacher. It is the main part for me, that I am able, I can do it. Not only with young children, I have only 6 to 12 years old students. I just teach them how to read, to put together letters in words and sentences. So I want to grow. I want to grow as a teacher, and maybe do something new for me. And I want to feel this specialism for me. Just touch, just think about it, what I'm interested in. And I decided yesterday. Maybe it will be English for travelers, some maybe online course, maybe live lessons. We share something. I think it will be interesting and useful. And I also saw some CLIL, CLIL method,
right?
CLIL, and I could use it in my lesson, maybe for 5 minutes, speak only English, and on some subject, maybe geography, just something new to my lessons, you know. And of course, I thought, I also thought about living abroad, but it's for now, it's too much for me. It one step at a time for me, only one step at a time. And now I'm thinking about online courses and just do something new for me. That's all.
Absolutely fine. So that's very nice to say. So sometimes we might be overloaded with information, yeah. So and we can't digest. So feel it. Feel exactly the amount you can digest it for now. That's why today we will talk about CPD. That is your professional development plan, because you can't learn everything at a time, yeah. And we will plan it, like plan your professional year ahead today. I will tell you how to start doing it and do it continuously. All right, so we have different, you are all of different backgrounds, you see. So let's listen to Oksana.
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to see you. As for me, I have decided that I would start Delta course in September. Yeah, I have already thought about it, and now I have a decision because I want methodological knowledge, how to plan lessons more professionally, more effectively, and so on. Because I feel that I have no enough skills in this sphere. As for working abroad, I have already also analyzed it, and now I think that I would like to cooperate online only with foreigners, for example. Yeah, as for Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese people, I consider it is really hard because we have different letters. So, but as for other countries, I'm ready, but I don't know how to. I did not know. Yeah, now I know how to find and where to find. As for my specialism, I would say that I prefer to work with teenagers, adults, not young learners, because it needs more energy to work with them. You need to play every exercise and find different activities for them and so on. That's why I want to teach older people.
Yeah, and probably in the groups, yeah, because
yes. Yes, now I realize that groups would be preferable because they can communicate with themselves inside of group.
Absolutely, like you sharing this experience. Yeah. And for some of you who really love to have this experience, so during the course already, so like for example, Olga mentioned, yeah, traveling, you guys. So maybe Olga will find a group on the course, or if not, so you guys be ready to come to Olga's class and to learn something about traveling. Yeah, for example, or Oksana may organize you, so Ilona may organize you like a course on IELTS, yeah, for example. And you will try already group format, teaching adults, because you are already a group. At least if you don't have one, and you are not as creative as Ilona inviting psychologists to come, yeah. So that's, you may so use yourself, yeah. So you may just message to each other and say, guys, I'm organizing, so speaking IELTS. So come to my class, and you already can implement methods and I mean try and having this group experience of teaching adults. And of course, adults and young learners are different. You mostly all of you, I suppose, mostly, but for Ilona, recorded classes with young learners, yeah, and that is probably whom you are teaching. And we need to try something new, or maybe so in this, like even with young learners, start thinking a little bit deeper, yeah, why we are doing this activity, and so what this activity gives to our young learner. So like living your class, will he be able to count, for example, some numbers and what for, where for, right? So like to giving some practical task after it. What's not, but this will be our next idea. Also, Oksana mentioned Delta. Yeah. Anyone so is considering Delta for now? For now, no. Okay, maybe later.
As I've read about it, it's the most difficult, as I understood. Yes, Delta is the last variant. Yes.
The top. We will look at it. Yes, but you see, we are all at different levels here. Yeah, and it's all right. It's normal. So if you already like, there is an insertion of Delta, Ilona, in your mind, you will. For now, you may not consider it, but later on, you may remember it. Yeah. Okay, I remember about Delta. Maybe I'm already like sort of ready for it. Yeah. So and with Delta, so it has 3 models. Yeah. It has 3 models. So the one is theoretical, which is good to pass if you have TKT, for example, the first one. And the second is that is very, very close to CELTA, yeah, because it is teaching, it's real teaching. So, but not only teaching. So to pass module 2, you should be ready to write BE. This is like sort of essay. This is research. So, for example, you are given the topic, you come to the class, like I give you the topic, and before you may create a lesson plan, you need to read about 6 or more books on this topic and write. For this 45 minutes, you need to write pages and pages and pages, so sort of theoretical part on it. And then come to the class, yeah, so prepare lesson plan and then teach this class. But you should teach not the lesson plan at the same time, you need to teach the group of students, yeah. That's why it's something that you should be ready, yes. And the third model of Delta, this is about writing a course, yeah. We would have elements of it, and this is what makes our course Teach Infinity like advantage. We will tell you a little bit from here, from this model. And my recommendation, Oksana, for you, so maybe first, it's okay, and then maybe to do the third first, because while writing a course, you will learn how to write in academic way. And then you come to the second, you will focus on teaching, and at the same time you will be skillful and you can write, because if you can come 1 and 2, so it will be very hard for you because you didn't practice writing. Yeah, think a little bit here.
Thank you.
Yes, Michael. So
yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, hello. So I I will start with this, that I fully agree with Olga here on teaching CLIL, because it's a fascinating thing to think about, because you bring to the class some of the aspects like higher level skills, such as critical thinking, creative thinking, and so on. So I even thought about, while watching the video, I even thought about making my own course about creative thinking. I already have a course about critical, but I also want to make about creative thinking. So this will help my learners to think, to consider the decision or the issue from the different angle, from a different perspective. So that's what makes it good. Yeah.
All right.
Also about specialism, I think it's young learners. I really like teaching A2 classes. I have some students, and for the further professional development, I had a hunch that I need to pass CELTA course. So I will be preparing for CELTA, and I think this course may help me with this.
All right. Yeah. So Michael, you already, so the one who has TKT, right? Who passed TKT.
Yeah.
All three modules. So can you share? So just in what way was it useful for you? So I mean to pass TKT, because some people, some teachers on the course so consider this. Is it useful or not? Is it super theoretical? How can it help you to teach really? So, and is it a good start somewhere else? What is what?
Yeah, you mentioned super theoretical, and that's right, because only thing you need is to remember the theory and to understand it. So there are 3 models. It's just a test format, nothing practical. I passed it like this. I went to the first model, then I had a break, and then I had model 2 and model 3, because the first one is the most difficult. So the first one, you need very good preparation. Yeah. What else can I say? I started out lots of tests on this last years. That's also a good way to prepare. And there is also TKT glossary that you can upload on Cambridge. Some materials, some books like Learning Teaching, TKT book itself from Cambridge. You can also find it online or buy it. Yeah, but it gave me some opportunities, of course, for teaching further. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. And we have one person, yeah, so left, yeah. So, Julia, can you share your experience?
Thank you. Hello, everybody. But I'd like to ask a question to Michael. So can I?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Well, Michael, could you give one more example how TKT exam helps you in your real teaching?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Join with this question. I'm joining to this question.
How has
Okay,
it transformed your teaching? Yeah. So and Oksana, you passed model 1, yeah. So also,
Yeah.
you
Right.
sort of back Michael up, okay, with it.
well, one thing that I can say for sure is that before passing TKT, I didn't know anything about teaching, like anything. I just I couldn't give clear instructions, couldn't cooperate with my students. Time management, classroom management, nothing like this. Also,
how about variety of tasks? So have you learned more? So have you considered things here?
Yeah, like multiple choice tasks, gap fill tasks. How to not just give students a task, do it, and then we will check it. No, not like this. First, you need to present some ideas, brainstorm, I don't know, then slowly, clearly lead it to this task, him or her, and then just do it. So the student is fully aware of the situation and what he is doing. So he understands it. And you can see the results. And he can see the results, or she can see the results. And that's what it makes important, yeah.
It's sort of basic, yeah. So it's of basic things that both of you are aware of what's happening, yeah. So and you know the rules of teaching, yeah. Oksana,
yeah, precisely, yeah.
I agree with Michael here. So
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, I should agree with Michael, but it's for my case. On the contrary, I didn't know definitions.
Yeah.
And definitions and special words for studying. For example, what is some test, teaching test, and so on.
That's a good point. Because we are teachers, and we so like if we are professional ones, we speak the same language. Yeah, this is jargonism, so sort of our jargonism. Yeah, so that means that we know if I say scaffolding or eliciting. Yeah, you know, I don't need to explain to you. You know this. You know what should you do in class. For example, I may say, Ilona, please consider using guided discovery next class. And you said, Olga, no problem. Yeah, I will do this. And so if you don't know this, it's sort of uncomfortable and you're not confident. Yes. And it's a good developmental thing. I mean, with definitions, if you call it these definitions, okay. This is probably a good start for those who, I would say, who lack international knowledge in methodology, because even if you have degree in you got post-Soviet education, like I had, for example, you might not know these definitions, because at my uni time I was taught methodology in Russian. It's crazy thing, you know, it's crazy.
Of course we know.
So yeah, I say better I were not taught methodology because I had to relearn, restudy, rediscover a lot of things myself. And yes, I did it with like this way. So learning.
May I ask a question? Yeah. What level do you need to have to pass this TKT exam?
So Michael?
Not lower than B1. Yeah.
That will be comfortable, yes. Yeah. It's a gradual start, very gradual start, yes. So with Delta, it's already absolutely different. And when you go back to Delta Model 1, you again need to recycle, all these definitions. That's why it's very, very logical, guys. If you pass TKT1, yeah, and you have a little bit of experience of teaching, you may consider Delta Model 1 like as an option, because it's again recycle of this theory, but only in Delta Model 1, you also think about assumptions of the lesson, like why you do this, what you do this. Okay, we will go into it a little bit further. So the second part of our class, we still have some minutes, and I analyzed your workbooks. I've been like very interested in what you're doing, what discoveries, what insights you have. So for this week, and I noticed some things, but now I would like you to use Zoom chat, all of you, and just answer some of my questions. Okay, let's add some interaction. How much time have you spent on this course this week? Just insert the number of minutes, seconds, hours. It can be different for you. Can you open your chat? How much time you spent on this course? I teach Infinity this week. Julia, 3 hours. The same. Olga, 4. So, all right. What tasks you enjoyed most? Oh, Ilona, several days. That is honest. $40 minutes a day. Good. Oh, Olga, no, can you specify? Still, there is something that's so like compare salaries, Ilona. Nice. I also did it again. So I told you, because I did it again with you this time. And so, okay, that will be next session. Writing and recording the lesson. Oh, yes, Michael, working abroad. Yes, studying, working abroad. So that is from Milan. Exams. Okay, yes, you looked at what are your assets and what you need, yeah? Or maybe you don't need it. It's also good to know what you don't need, guys. If you have negative answer, that is perfect, because you don't do extra action. Yeah, what was the hardest to complete? I mean, out of all the tasks, what was the hardest thing to do for you personally? Specialisms, yes, we still need to talk to you about it. And you may still reconsider some things, yeah, during this course. Xana, I can't see your messages. Specialism, also, yeah. So lesson plan. Yeah.
Lesson and the lesson plan.
Yes, but no one has checked your lesson plan yet. Yes, but okay. 3 insights during this week. Maybe, so not only insights, already action plans. You've decided to do this during the course. So 3 things you are considering, or maybe they are just insightful for you, just for now. Details of exams, Ilona. Julia, yes, download the video on YouTube. Yes, but we've done it and I watched it so late at night, but I watched it. Yeah. So remember me to Yusuf. Yeah.
Okay.
3 things. And so, yeah, and then we will finish with it, this session, and then we'll have 10 minutes break. Ilona, are you thinking or are you writing? Okay, thank you.